All right, y'all, let's learn the science of getting rich.
All right, so you're broke, I'm broke, Jeff Bezos is not. So, what's going on here? Is there an actual science to getting rich? Or did some people just spawn in with a VIP Game Pass? And why can't we, the broke ones, get the hold of that VIP Game Pass? Well, today, I'm exposing everything behind the scenes of making money, and I'm not gatekeeping a and hopefully by the end of this, we'll all be rich, or at least less broke. Okay, here's the thing, money isn't real. Well, it's technically real in the sense that you can buy tacos with it. But in the grand scheme of the universe, it's just paper and digital numbers we all agree to give value to. Money is literally a game, except instead of jumping on mushrooms like Mario, we're out here paying taxes and pretending to understand credit scores. Think of money like Monopoly.
Credit score is easy. Just pay your bills. Getting a good credit score, right? Like that's how I got my over 800. I just paid my bills.
Some people start the game already owning Boardwalk and Park Place. Some people start the game with nothing but debt and bad luck. And some people figure out how to hack the game, like those people who buy all the railroads and suddenly control the entire transportation system. The economy works the same way. Rich people own the game board. They invest in companies, real estate, and stocks. Most people trade time for money. They work a 9 to 5 and get paid a fixed salary. But here's the catch. The game is rigged so that just working hard doesn't necessarily make you win. And don't get me wrong, hard work matters, but only if you're working on the right things. Now, you might be thinking, wait, if money is a game.
And remember, the most important thing is actually having a skill that people will pay for, right? Competency gets compensated. If you are doing, if you graduated high school or graduated college, with a liberal arts degree, it's your fault, whatever happens to you. But if you might have gone electrical engineering and you want work down on the docks, you're doing something, a tangible skill, then you can save some money up.
How come some people start with a full inventory of cheat codes while others are stuck doing side quests just to survive? The reason? Generational wealth plus financial literacy plus capitalism being capitalism. Generational wealth, some people are born with millions in assets, which means they don't have to start from scratch. Financial literacy.
I think when I did the Dave Ramsey, right, the millionaire study on my last videos, it's a few back, but most people don't have an inheritance. I think it's like the population of inheritance is like 3%, which is crazy when you think about it, where I guess most people don't get anything. And of that inheritance, I think like the top 10% actually gets $1 million. So most people are getting handed crumbs, but still that sets you up better than most people.
The rich teach their kids how money actually works, while most schools barely teach how to file taxes. The rules favor people who already have money. Basically, the game is set up so that the rich keep winning, and everyone else has to grind like crazy just to stay afloat. Okay, so what do you do with this information? You learn how to cheat the system. Step 1 is to understand how money flows. Most people trade time for money, but rich people trade money for more money. Poor mindset. I'll work more hours to make more money. Rich mindset. I'll invest in something that makes money for me while I sleep.
Now, there's nothing wrong with that poor mindset, right? I'll work more hours to make more money, as long as the money that you're making is able to do something. Nothing's wrong with working a 9 to 5. Nothing's wrong with working a 9 to 5 and then being able to use the spare money that you have to invest. But understand that if you invest it or even waste it in the wrong thing, then you're sort of going to be in that perpetual loop of being poor.
Step 2, you need to stop spending money like a player with infinite lives. Buying expensive things that lose value equals to playing on hard mode. Buying things that make money equals to playing on easy mode. And step 3 is to level up your skills. The best way to make more money, become more valuable. The higher your skills, the more the game rewards you, because suddenly companies need you more than you need them. The people who win at this game do 3 things really well. They learn the rules early, they make their money work for them, they leverage opportunities instead of just working harder. So yeah, money is a game. And the good news? Now you know how to actually win. The bad news? You still have to actually play. So let's talk about how to use this knowledge to go from broke and confused to rich and slightly less confused. Once upon a time, humans were just trying not to die. No one was hoarding gold or worrying about their credit score. They were out there like, do I have food? Am I being chased by a lion? Can I throw this rock at my problems? Fast forward to now, and guess what? Your brain still operates on short-term survival mode, except instead of lions, it's rent, DoorDash, and an existential crisis every Tuesday. This is the problem.
Mine's like every day.
Most people are hardwired to think short-term. You get money, spend it, you feel bad, buy something, you see a new iPhone, suddenly your old one is garbage. Rich people...
Bro, that's like the worst thing. Hold on, going back to this right here.
You feel bad, buy something, you see a new iPhone, suddenly...
Like the perpetual loop of spending money. It's crazy. I literally still have like an iPhone 11. There's no reason for me to upgrade. I got this when it was used. Like it was $200, but it's one of those things like, why would I get the next new phone? There's nothing different about it. It still makes calls. It still, gets on Facebook. Like, do you need the iPhone like 16 Pro? Do you need the Pixel 12 Pro? Like whatever the version they're on. Do you need the newest one? No, because I think most people actually get a phone on the plan of Verizon or AT&T, and they actually don't, buy an unlocked phone and get like a SIM card that I get through Mint or Google Plus or Google Fi. But it's one of those things like you don't have to continuously spend your money and waste it.
Your old one is garbage. Rich people rewire their brains to think long term. Most people think, how can I make money to survive this month? Rich people think, how can I make money that keeps making more money forever? And that's why they invest instead of just saving. Focus on assets, not just income. Delay gratification, skipping that $5 coffee, investing it, and in 40 years, they own a spaceship. Kind of. So, the secret weapon? Compounding. When your money makes money, then that money also makes money. Example, you invest $1,000 at 10% interest. Next year, it's $1,100. Year after, $1,210. Fast forward a few decades.
I think this video is like fast forwarding the process of making money, right? Because the actual skill to make money is not as simple as, yeah, just get a job and now you can invest. I think there was a video of Earn Your Leisure who talked about like, what would I do if I started from scratch? Well, their first step was like start a business. Like you skipped a lot of steps there, bud. And in this one, it's sort of just like you're already on the phase of investing where most people actually need that, that emergency fund. Most people need to pay their bills. Most people need to set up like some sort of checks and balances behind the scenes and budget instead of just jumping to the step of invest.
You're rich. The earlier you start, the more the system does the work for you. Most people think making more money will fix their problems. Get a raise, expenses go up. Make 6 figures, still broke. Win the lottery? Most winners go broke in 5 years. Because it's not about how much you make, it's about how you use it. Rich people don't just earn money. They make their money work for them. And here's 3 simple rules to escape the broke mindset. Rule number 1, own more than you owe. If you have more debt than assets, you're playing the game backward. Own stocks, businesses, real estate. Stop financing stuff you can't afford. Rule number 2, buy time, not things. Most people trade time for money. Rich people trade money for time. If your job disappears tomorrow, would you still be making money? Rule number 3, think in decades, not days. Want fast money? Scams, gambling, and bad decisions. Want real wealth? Investing, skill building, and patience. Get rich quick schemes? More like get broke fast schemes. And here's the deal. Poor mindset, future you is someone else's problem. Rich mindset, future you is your number 1 investment. Every dollar you save, invest, or use to build skills is future you.
Like there's so many different ways for you to build skills in 2025, right? Like Udemy, Coursera, YouTube.com right now. I mean, subscribe. There's so many free ways to find and learn a skill or to get into an entry level skill.
Leveling up. All right, let's talk about why your wallet is constantly crying. You work hard, you make money. So where does it all go? The bad news? You're probably broke because of one or more of these 3 things. Reason number 1, you don't track your money. Most people treat their money like a mystery box. They get paid, they spend, they check their balance and wonder who robbed them. Well, your bank account isn't a murder mystery, it's just math. If you don't track where your money goes, it will disappear. Solution.
That's like the number 1 thing, right? Just set up a budget. And here's the thing, you don't have to have a future budget, meaning, I'm going to spend $500 on food. You can literally reflect back at the end of each month. I literally reflect back on how much money I spent. And I'm like, okay, so that didn't work out. So now I know, stop going out to eat, right? It's one of those things like, it's not hard. Spend less than you actually make, right? It's an easy number solution.
Start tracking literally everything for a month. No judge.
Most people aren't going to track everything. You literally have to, I think the two numbers you need are how much you make and how much you spend. And you can get that relatively easy on most apps, right? Most bank apps just, have the overall total on right on the homepage. But it's one of those things like just know those 2 numbers and you already have a 30-second budget.
Judgment, just vibes and numbers. How much do you spend on food, subscriptions, treating yourself after a hard day that turned into 10 hard days? Once you see where your money is going, you can control it instead of letting it control you. Reason number 2, you're not investing, aka inflation is stealing from you. Here's a harsh truth. If you're not investing, you're losing money. Let's say you put $1,000 in a shoebox. A year later, it's still $1,000. But because of inflation, it buys less stuff. Meanwhile, rich people's money is making more money through investments. Solution? Start investing. Doesn't have to be much. Index funds? Solid. Real estate?
I think this is just like always having a plan for your dollar, right? And realistically, you don't have to, don't throw it in a shoebox, obviously, but you should have a savings account, and it shouldn't just be any savings account. It should be a high yield savings account. I think Ally, Amex, Capital One, they all have a high yield savings account, which I think now is around 4%, maybe 3.5. I think things are decreasing, but that's still around inflation or trying to outpace it.
You have the cash. Pokemon cards? Maybe not. The key is...
Bro, that was a mint 10 Charizard? Hold on.
Solid. Real estate? If you have the cash. Pokemon cards?
Yeah, that first edition 10? Yeah, you getting that.
Cards? Maybe not.
No, if you get a Charizard 10, yeah.
The key is to get your money working for you instead of letting inflation slowly rob you blind. Reason number 3, you're buying dumb stuff. Just because you can afford something doesn't mean you should buy it. Most people go broke trying to look rich. Designer clothes, liability. New iPhone every year, liability. A 300...
That car, see, I was gonna say something about a car. You don't need a new car. You need a like 2015 Honda Accord, and that's it. If you need an SUV, Toyota RAV4 2015.
$1,000 car when you make $60,000 a year. Come on now. Solution? Follow the simple rule. If it doesn't make you money, think twice before buying it. If one paycheck is your entire financial lifeline, you are one bad day away from disaster. Rich people never rely on a single income source. They stack multiple income streams like a cheat code. Solution? Start freelancing, sell digital products, invest in dividend stocks, monetize a hobby. Even an extra $200 a month gives you breathing room, and breathing room keeps you out of panic mode. The choice is simple.
I think a lot of those, let's go back.
Extra $200 a month gives you breathing room. Start freelancing, sell digital products, invest in dividend stocks.
So I know a lot of these are one of those things where it's easier said than done. Realistically, freelancing, Fiverr, Upwork, they're sort of dead in 2025. It's really hard to get in any of that. Digital products, don't know what that means because first you need to build a funnel to even get that, that sale out the door. Dividend stocks, I'd focus on growth or just invest into an ETF, call that a day. You don't like passive income. Yes, I made a video on passive income. You can literally get a CD, you can get a high yield savings account, you can get dividend stocks, you can get an ETF. All of these are forms of passive income, but understand that you need to, do you have savings first? And monetizing a hobby, I just talked about how much money I made on the YouTube channel, right? I just made, I think, around $200 on the YouTube channel, just passed it. I just got monetized, like a month or two ago. It's a grind. This isn't easy. So it's one of those things like monetizing a hobby. If you happen to have, a forge in your backyard and you could make a sword, that's the kind of hobby that you need to monetize, right? There's so many different ways of you to be able to make money. Photography is always a good one, having a sub niche in photography, but understanding a lot of these are easier said than done. The number one way of getting money is having a job, a profession, a career. And specifically having a skill, right, that you can take anywhere.
Monetize a hobby. Even an extra $200 a month gives you breathing room, and breathing room keeps you out of panic mode. The choice is simple. Keep playing the game on hard mode, aka paycheck to paycheck life, or start stacking small wins that make future you rich, relaxed, and unbothered. All right, want to know the real cheat code to getting rich? Skill stacking. Most people focus on one skill, thinking it's enough to get rich. I know how to code. I'm great at marketing. I make killer TikToks. Here's the thing though, one skill isn't enough. The real money is in combining skills in a way that makes you irreplaceable. Take Elon Musk, engineering, business, hype machine equals billionaire, or Mr. Beast, business, understanding the algorithm equals richer than entire countries. And you? I can build cool stuff in Minecraft, and yeah, I guess you could start a Minecraft channel, it's something but. Step 1.
Hey, Mr. Beast started off as a Minecraft channel, that's all I'm saying.
Is to pick a valuable skill. Coding, sales, marketing, investing, video editing. Step 2 is to add another valuable skill. Coding plus business equals tech startup founder. Sales plus psychology equals millionaire consultant. Marketing plus video editing equals YouTube empire. And step 3 is to profit. The more rare your skill combo, the more valuable you become. The more valuable you become, the more money you make. And why this work? Because just knowing how to code, a million people can do that. But knowing how to code and sell a product, you become dangerous, like really dangerous.
Yeah, having multiple skills of which you can go forward to the market and have more value and understand the processes of where to steal, like I am going to be fitting in this market, right? And stealing from your competitions. Like if someone wasn't tracking you, right? Like if before ChatGPT even came out and people talked about like you're going to be a copywriter, ChatGPT comes out, charges $20 a month. You created this product of which you're able to now, pay dividends down the road of you. But it's one of those things where if you are able to be that 10x engineer, if you're able to be that, that number one founder, obviously, but remember, you need to do this and have a main source of income. This is all great this is all great, but you need to be able to have an income source. Ideally W-2, 9 to 5. I know people shame on it, but you need to be able to bring in money and then come home and work on this side income.
Dangerous. The richer someone is, the more valuable their skill stack. And here's how to start, even if you're broke. Learn a skill online for free. YouTube, Coursera, Google, literally everything you need is free. Get good enough to make money with it. You don't need to be the best. Good enough is just enough. Offer your skill as a freelancer. Build a small business. Apply for high-paying jobs that need that skill.
That's the number one right there. Apply for high-paying jobs that need that skill, but understand you will likely start off entry level. I'm making a video where it's working on your resume and how you need to have a one-page entry level position, and hopefully it'll help out a lot of people. One of those things is like people frown on entry level jobs. You have to get in the door somehow, right? You need experience somehow. So it's like one of those things where I don't know why people shun away from entry level jobs.
Then add another skill and repeat until you're unstoppable. Now, the question is, are you going to keep playing on hard mode Or are you going to finish the game once and for all?
Now, overall, I love conversations like this, right? Let's talk about how to make money. The real process is going to be get a skill, pay dividends into something else, right? Until you are able to have enough value going forward. If you like this kind of content, like, comment, subscribe. His video will be down in the comments or descriptions. Peace.